Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm Amanda Farrer of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making two projects. We're going to be making a card and a pizza box. The star of the show basically is this cute little reindeer. Pom-pom, boggly eyes, bit of glitter, what's not to love? So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's get crafting. So here are the two projects, all up close and personal. It's going to be a quick make today. So let's get started. I am going to do the antlers and the reindeers and things first, and then do the rest of the stamping and the assembling. So we're basically going to make these embellishments first. So this is the new corrugated embossing folder. I've taken a piece of crumb cake cardstock and run it through, and that's how we're going to make the reindeers. And I have used this label punch. I'm going to put the name up on the screen for you just so that I get it right. I don't have my catalogue here on my crafting table right now. And I don't want to tell you the wrong one. So you can absolutely do this project without it, and you'll see in a minute when I do the smaller reindeer, I actually will cut it freehand anyway. But it does make it a lot easier for this bigger one. So I'm just going to put the punch in. And the corrugated embossing folder does make this quite obviously bendy, but also quite soft. So just go carefully when you're punching out. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to punch another two pieces out, and I'll explain why. So this shape here, this bit, if you follow this around like this, that will make you a really nice ear. Now I have to give a really big shout out to both Em and Hilary. They're two members of my team, and we were making this project last week, and my original ones didn't have ears, and I'd played around with the ears, but I hadn't been happy with anything. But Em put some hand cut ears on, and then Hilary sort of showed us the tip using the punch to make these ears. So a big thank you to both of them, because I think he looks an awful lot better with ears as well. So that's for that one. Then I'm going to hand cut. Oh, wrong way. Hand cut this one for the card. Now I'm basically doing kind of a square topped oval. As I'm saying that makes no sense whatsoever, but it's a kind of a triangle. That's what it is. It's more of a triangle, but kind of with a sort of square top. Now compared to my, let me get my original card in, compared to that it is a little bit big. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller there. So for those of you that like to know the sizes and things, it is about 1.5 by 1 1/4. I'm just going to even up that side a little bit as well. There we go. Okay, so that's the second one. And then I want some little ears, and actually we'll go this way round with the ears. And again, you're just going to make like a teardrop shape and hand cut it. So like that, and like that, and play around. And if you want them both the same size, just sort of lie them one on top of another and just trim them off a little bit, just to kind of even them up. Okay, so that's those bits. Let's use This is the Sprig Punch, which is in the Autumn Winter catalogue. I am using soft suede cardstock. Now, soft suede is kind of one of those strange colours that in different lights and with different projects, it can look all sorts of different colours. It's kind of a khaki brown. There's elements of green in it. But when you can see all the sparkle there. When you put things like shimmer paint, or I'm using Wink of Stella today on it, it brings out this golden tint. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. It's some kind of, I don't know, magic, I guess. But it just looks so pretty. So this is the clear Wink of Stella. So I'm just going over, and what I've done is for the pizza box, I've actually got, I'm actually using 2 of these, and then for the card, just 1. But obviously, you know, all the reindeers are different. You can put as many antlers on them as you want to. And actually they work really well if you snip them and kind of layer them up one on top of another. But I'm just going to duplicate what I've got there at the moment. So that's those. Okay. So here is my pot of pom-poms. I'll put in the description below the link of where I got these pom-poms in the UK. And then I have got these lovely googly eyes, wibbly eyes, whatever you want to call them. And again, the sizes I will put on the description below. I actually bought them from eBay. But these I actually bought from a UK supplier. So I'll put everything on there, but wherever you are in the world, I'm sure that you can get hold of these. So let's put our reindeers together. We'll start out with the little one. I like to use glue dots for the eyes and the pom-pom. I just find that with the corrugated card, it just sticks a lot better. And you know, you're going to play around with this because you can make him have all sorts of interesting expressions, which, you know, is very cool. So, and I'm just folding up, because these eyes are quite little, I'm folding up the glue dot, and it gives it a bit of dimension as well. And then I'm just going to snip these. So these are the single antlers. This one is the smaller one for the card. I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow on there and pop that down. And the same on this side. Move those eyes out of the way. Everything's sparkling. Till it's Christmas, the sparkles are out. Actually, in my world, the sparkles are out all year round, but especially so at Christmas. Okay, so more glue dots for the ears. And, you know, you're going to position these where you think looks best. I'm going to pop that. Oh, it does not want to stick. Pop that just there. And again, have fun with designing the ears and various other things, because, you know, they'll all be unique. It'll be fabulous. Pop that one there. And then the pom-pom, and I'm actually going to put a couple of glue dots there. So obviously they're round, so it's more difficult for them to stick, but doesn't it look so cute? Okay, so that's one. Now for the larger one, which is the one on the pizza box, exactly the same sort of thing. We're going to use glue dots for the eyes. you don't need to fold them down because these are huge eyes. And then I am going to just take off this top bit here. And then pop his antlers down. Again, Tombow for the antlers. Move that piece out of the way. Okay, so his ears. Just going to move his eyes down just a little bit. Pop his ears on. Now I've got Tombow sticking to me. Oh, it's too low. There we go. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to move the ear over a little bit just to even him up a bit. There we go. That's better. I want to make sure that I can see the antlers. Hang on. Nothing like crafting on the fly, but let me just move that antler. Try not to stick it to myself. Move the antler, pop the ear back down. Yeah, it's much better. Okay. And then again, a couple of glue dots for his nose. There we go. Ooh. So there are our two reindeers. Both of them have got dimensionals on the back before they're stuck onto the project. So I'm just going to do that now, and then they will be ready to go. And put plenty on because you don't want his face kind of sinking in the middle. So that's that one and that one. So they're ready to go. Okay. So let's start out with the card. So we've got a little bit of stamping. We've got the reindeer. We've got a little bit of stamping on the inside. So it is a photopolymer stamp set. And it's actually called Delightful Baubles, which I've used. I just really love this Merry Christmas. It's such a nice stylized font. So I'm just going to put that down there, and that layer's going on there. And then on the bigger layer there is this lovely bow. So I'm just going to put the bow here, and this is real red ink that I'm using. So that's all the stamping. So I'll get rid of the mat and the stamps and get the Tombow back. So this is Mossy Meadow cardstock, my standard card blank, and I will put in the information below a link to a video that I've done, and there's a PDF about card sizes and matting and layering. It's one of the most common questions I get asked about what size are my layers and how do I always get a neat border around the edge. Well, it is just measuring, and I've got a system that I use that seems to work really well. So I've done a PDF and a video, so I'll link that underneath for you as well. So this card is almost done. So that's the the front piece. And then here he is, look. Let's take the backings off. And if you are making multiples of these, then obviously just make all your reindeers first and then do all your stamping and then assemble at the end. It's just an easier way of doing all of your cards together. So there you go. So there, see, look, they look different always. So there is your card. So let's get in this pizza box. I'm just going to show you how to assemble it and the cutting for the paper layers. So these are the measurements. We are going to be putting patterned paper on the top and on the sides. So you need 4 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4, which is this size. And then the top is 3 1/4 inches square. So let me just talk you through the pizza box. They come, I think, in a set of 8 and they're food safe. So that means that they've got this lovely shiny inside, but the outside is matte and you can stamp on this, which is really cool. Work on all of the fold lines, so bend all of the fold lines before you get started. That way it will just hold its shape better. So let's just do all of that. And then you can actually make the box itself. So you're going to fold these tabs in. And these slots sit in there, and then this piece comes up over the top, and those tabs lock into place there. And then this piece is your lid, and it comes up over the top, and these pieces tuck inside. There you go. So really simple, really straightforward. And what you can do is you can actually decorate it and unfold it. So you can store it flat or even stick the paper on it whilst it's flat before you fold it at all. So I'm just going to cut the patterned paper. I'm using the festive farmhouse paper. And it's a really, really lovely paper. It's got all sorts of plaids and stripes and patterns on it. So let me just check I've got the right measurement. So 3 1/4. And then I'm hoping you can see, because I'm cutting a really small amount, it's 3/4 of an inch, I'm actually going to be measuring it here on this side. It's just easier. So that's 1. It's very difficult to do tiny measurements like this on a guillotine, but it works really well on a trimmer like this. All right, so hold that down. There we go. So they're my stripes for the sides, and then somewhere here, oh, it's fallen on the floor. Everything's fallen down. Right, I've got the stars. Let me just try and straighten out my desk. Stay. Okay, so 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. So that is all of the pieces that I need. So Tombow, obviously you can use all, you know, your favourite glue. You can use snail or double-sided tape. But Tombow for me is perfect because it gives me a little bit of wriggle room and it is a really strong glue. So that's 1. Ooh, there's a Tombow on my fingers. 2, 3, And then I'll just show you about this last one. So this last one has a finger hole, you can see. So in order to do that, what I just do is I'm just gonna crease it a little tiny bit so I know where the center is. And then I've got my 1/2 inch circle punch. And I'm just going to line it up and punch a little hole so that that will go just there. And that will line up beautifully just there. There we go. So there's the box all decorated. Obviously you can put some on the bottom, but I don't really think you need to. And then all I've got to do is put my little reindeer on. So I've got dimensional backings everywhere. One more. And there we go. So there he is finished. So we've got 2 pizza boxes and 2 cards. So I hope you have enjoyed today's project. You will find all of the links to my online store for all of the items that I've actually used in today's video if you scroll down, whether you're on my blog or on YouTube. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be the first to know whenever I've got new projects and new videos. And if you subscribe to my blog as well, you will get lots more creative inspiration as well. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.